Hi, it's Billings, and we're going to spend a moment talking about I feel so bored with my relationship. So many times I've heard people tell me that they are bored in their marriage or their relationships. Interestingly, boredom is given a great deal of credit for the number of divorces we have in our culture today. These are often the same people who have ruminated for sometimes years about will they find a great mate. Now that they have a husband or a wife and perhaps kids to consider, they fondly remember their single days and freedom of spontaneity. They long for the days when they could travel, go to bars, shop, pack up a bag and leave without considering anyone else but themselves. Boredom can become a real problem if you do not understand it, how it happens, and how to cure it quickly. Boredom is quite normal for human beings to feel. In fact, humans are just about the greatest species in existence when it comes to their ability to feel bored. It's true that being married can and sometimes does bring delicious moments of ecstasy to our lives, but those moments are always punctuated by times of boredom, confusion, and apathy. There are two major things that set us up for boredom. One is expectations, and the other is something I have named the Maui syndrome. See the article on our website entitled The Maui Syndrome for more details. So let's first address expectations. Many people have the expectation that they should never feel bored, sad, mad, confused, angry, hurt, or any other negative emotion in their relationship. This is craziness. We will feel all of our emotions in our relationships, all of the good and all of the bad. As Anne Morrow Lindbergh writes, when you love someone, you do not love them all the time in exactly the same way from moment to moment. It is an impossibility. It is even a lie to pretend to, and yet that is exactly what most of us demand. We have so little faith in the ebb and flow of life and love and relationships. We leap at the flow of the tide and resist the terror of its ebb. We're afraid it will never return. We insist on permanency, on duration, on continuity, when only continuity possible in life really is the continuity of growth, fluidity, of change, and in freedom. Along with expectations, there's another human experience that sets us up to experience boredom. And as I mentioned it above, it's called the Maui syndrome. The Maui syndrome is where you go to some place like Maui, and the first day that you get there, you're stunned by its beauty and tears are running down your face. Everything is so fabulous. And then in about 7 days, it feels pretty normal. Entitlement, the thing that we've talked about many times, that feeling that we have a right to demand to get what we want when we want it, and for all of our expectations to be met without ever having to respectfully or effectively communicate any of them, is at the root of the Maui syndrome. So let's discuss that attitude or feelings of entitlement just a bit. Remember, entitlement causes us to forget the wonderful in our lives, and instead pushes us to focus strictly on our perceived lack. We forget the value of the present, the familiar, the already experienced. We begin to take our relationships for granted, and worse, we stop seeing them as the precious gifts they are. There are many more videos and articles about entitlement, and you will find them on relationshiphelpresort.com. But if you are looking for answers to your boredom in your relationship, get a hold of us at the Relationship Help Resort. We'll lead you through every step of the way.